I had read around 3 to 4 self-help books back in mid-2020 when I had just started reading books. I had started with Alchemist, then I read Ikigai, then I was reading Attitude is Everything. But then when I realized that I was simply wasting my time because I was making a huge mistake. And I think and I believe that most of the reader makes this mistake knowingly or unknowingly. So I thought let's quickly share my mistakes and my learning from it so that you don't waste your time in repeating those mistakes or in making them. So yeah, let's move. Hey, hi, hello everyone. Hope you all are doing great and welcome to my channel, and this is Anushka Banerjee. So in this video, I will let you know the mistake which most reader makes while reading a self-help books, and also the things that I learned and the ways to make the most out of a self-help book. So let's quickly move towards it. No doubt, reading a self-help books can change the way you see the world, change the way you think, change the way you perceive things, can basically change your life, but only if you start inculcating and implementing those things in your life. Only when you start taking actions from the things you learned from that book. These books can guide you, motivate you, can show you path, but they can't simply push you to take action. It becomes your responsibility to learn from these books and take action. But here what goes wrong. We unknowingly develop a reading habit in which we just keep reading rather than learning from it or taking actions from our learnings, and we simply feel that we accomplished a huge thing by reading X number of self-help books. But the truth is we have learned zero, because unless and until we don't implement those things in our life, practically those self-help books are just a waste of time. When I read my first self-help books, Alchemist, I completed that book in just 2 days. But if you will ask me now what I learned from that book, I can only say that I started believing in omens because I was hazed or busy in completing that book rather than learning from it or implementing the stuffs in my life. Same thing I did for my second book, Ikigai. And I believe this is what most readers do, and this is the huge mistake that I did and I believe most of us do. Because you can complete a fiction book in a single go, but if you do the same thing with a self-help book, it makes no sense and hence it's just a waste of time. So here are the few ways by which you can make the most out of self-help books. These are the ways which works best for me. You can try them out and see which works best for you. You can also experiment different ways and see if there is any other way which works for you. By the way, comment down below if you have experimented and found a way for you or not. So the very first point is don't read a self-help book in a go. There are self-help books which are under 100 pages, but that doesn't mean that you will complete that in one sitting. That you can do for fiction book, but that doesn't apply for self-help book. Read few pages or read a chapter, then try to implement the things that you learned, and then move towards the next chapter the next day. Then the next point is try to read either in the early morning or after you wake up or before you go to sleep, because that's when the brain can retain the most out of it. The third point is underline the things or a paragraph that you think has had a great impact on you or is important according to you. So after a few months, if you feel like you want to read that book again, you don't have to read the whole book. You can only go through the underlined part and you can recall the rest of the thing. And the fourth point is discuss things with your friends. Discuss what you have learned. Read 2 to 3 chapters, take 3 days, and if there is something that you believe that this is the thing that most people does wrong and this book has given me the solution, then go and call out a friend and call a friend who is interesting because discussing is not a one-way thing, it's a two-way thing. The fifth and pro point is, after every chapter or 2 or 3 chapter, if you find something and you believe that this is the thing I need to follow. For example, you are reading a book in which it has given ways how to deal with procrastination, and you believe that this is my problem, I procrastinate a lot, and the solution is there in the book. Write it down in a paper and stick it somewhere where you can see it every day. Basically, most of the time you can see to it, and it will recall you that okay, you have to follow this thing, you have to implement this thing. Then again, after reading the rest of the chapter, if you found something else, then add the point in that same page, and this will recall you or remind you that you need to follow these steps. So I hope you found this video helpful, and don't forget to subscribe this channel, hit the bell icon for the notification, and like this video, and don't forget to share this video with your reader friend. And yeah, that's all for today. Stay happy and stay safe. Bye.